Ukraine's wartime President Volodymyr Zelensky is in the United Kingdom on his second foreign visit since the Russian invasion. As per the statement issued by British Prime Minister Rishi Sunak's office, Zelensky will visit Ukrainian troops currently training in Britain and address the House of Commons, which is the British Parliament. He will also hold talks with Prime Minister Sunak and meet with UK's military chiefs. The statement issued by Number 10 says that since 2014, the UK has provided vital training to Ukrainian forces, which has allowed them to defend their country, protect their sovereignty and fight for their territory. Adding, Prime Minister Sunak is proud that today he will expand training from soldiers to Marines and fighter jets pilots, ensuring Ukraine has a military able to defend its interests well into the future. Number 10 has also announced plans to expand training for Ukraine's armed forces to sea and air. It will now include fighter jets and Marines along with accelerated supply of military equipment. This training will ensure that pilots can fly sophisticated NATO standard fighter jets in the future. And just like his former British Prime Minister Boris Johnson, Sunak too has quoted the brotherly bond between UK and Ukraine. He said that Zelensky's visit to the UK is a testament to his country's courage, determination and also fight, and also a testament to the unbreakable friendship between the two countries. Meanwhile, the UK will also announce further sanctions against people who they claim helped Putin build his personal wealth, as well as companies that are fueling Kremlin's war machine. The UK has already on multiple occasions sanctioned hundreds of Russian individuals and companies since the war broke out last February.
Предложение бесплатно, хочу это подчеркнуть, бесплатно передать нуждающимся странам заблокированные.
Now, this will be Ukraine's wartime President Volodymyr Zelensky's second foreign visit since the Russian invasion. He is already in United Kingdom, and as per the statement issued by British Prime Minister Rishi Sunak's office, Zelensky will visit Ukrainian troops currently training in Britain and address the House of Commons, which is the British Parliament. He will also hold talks with Prime Minister Sunak and meet the UK's military chiefs. The statement issued by Number 10 says that since 2014, the UK has provided vital training to Ukrainian forces, which has allowed them to defend their country, protect their sovereignty and fight for their territory. Now, Number 10 has also announced plans to expand training for Ukraine's armed forces to sea and air. It will now include fighter jets and Marines, along with accelerated supply of military equipment. Now, it is important to know that similar support was shown under the previous administration, that was under Prime Minister Boris Johnson, and Sunak is supposed to follow the same protocol. He said, and I'm quoting here, "The brotherly bond between United Kingdom and Ukraine will continue, and Zelensky's visit to the UK is a testament to his country's courage and determination." Now, for more on this story, we are being joined by our correspondent Alex Isaac from London. Welcome to the broadcast, Alex. Today's visit is being seen as highly symbolic show of support for Ukraine. President Volodymyr Zelensky is supposed to meet UK Prime Minister Rishi Sunak and also the King Charles III, as we are being told. What is the latest you have for us?
Yeah, absolutely. So we understand that he landed roughly about 10 minutes ago, and he'll be heading straight to go and meet Prime Minister Rishi Sunak, then going to Buckingham Palace where he will meet King Charles III. There's going to be a lot of discussion about what is happening on the ground in Ukraine. It's only the second visit outside of the country that President Zelensky has done, and he's here to talk to the Prime Minister about going forward, making sure that the troops have enough ammunition and training. So we're expecting him to also go and visit some of the training areas where previously we've had about 10,000 of the Ukraine military come and train in Challenger tanks, and then about 20,000 more will be heading over to be trained in jet fighters. And what we are expecting also is to address Parliament. So some of the questions that are likely to be asked by the opposition and party members are, what is happening on the ground, because we are seeing a lot that's coming out of Ukraine, but it is not necessarily what is happening with the money and the ammunitions and how we're going to move forward. Rishi Sunak has been saying since he took power that he wants to help Ukraine any way we can, and the UK nation has also been behind the Ukrainians since the beginning, and it's been nearly a year now since we've seen the fighting over there, and there's going to be a lot of conversation about where are we going from here, how can this end, and how can we make sure that the Ukrainian people are also getting the help that they need, not just the armed forces.
All right, Alex, I want to go back to a point you made earlier. Now, NATO was mostly divided on sending tanks, specific tanks, Leopard 2 tanks to Ukraine. Of course, after that, they came to a consensus, and Leopard 2 tanks, including Abrams tanks from US, are being sent to Ukraine now. But how do you see the fighter jets, conversation around fighter jets panning out in the latest visit?
It's going to be a conversation, and I think Rishi Sunak might be open to, because we do have the UK military has a lot of older jets that aren't necessarily in use, and there is going to be a question around if you're sending 20,000 of your military to be training in specific jets, then it's likely that there is going to be some jets that will be sent, but they may not be the ones that are in use within the UK military at the moment. So there could be a conversation with regards to that we are sending them over, but they aren't going to be in use, so it's not going to be taking anything away from the UK. But there is a fine line here, because of course the UK does want to be supportive, and they want to show that they are 100% behind the Ukraine military action, but also Russia is still powerful in its sense, and it's still on the ground. So there is that fine line about what exactly are we doing to be pushing forward, but also helping to stop this atrocity from continuing. So these conversations will be happening later, and hopefully we'll have some of those answers when Zelensky speaks to the Parliament later today.
Absolutely. Now, Alex, before I let you go, just one last question. UK must be looking out for also the consequences of this high-level visit. How is the UK expecting Russia to react to this?
Well, the Russian PR campaign has already been pushing back on a lot of the press that's been coming out of the US recently, and Moscow has been saying that there's a lot of myths going out there and they want to try and stop some of these untruths. So we're likely to hear something from Russian PR later, no doubt, about exactly where does the UK stand. The UK has also said that, Rishi Sunak has also said that there's going to be further sanctions put on those that it sees as helping the Russian militia. So there's likely to be some kind of consequence, some kind of feedback, because we have seen previously in the past that Putin is quick to respond to any slight threat that he feels is against him.
All right, Alex, we will be tracking this visit very closely, and we'll be coming back to you as and when developments happen. Thank you for all your insights.